Hi, I'm John from WorkshopAddict.com. Today I have the UFFY 23 gauge pin nailer to show you. Just to give you a little background information, you've probably not heard of UFFY Tools yet, and that's because they have been an industrial tool maker for the mobile home industries, the RV industry, and a few other ones. They basically were born out of a necessity. These companies that were using the industrial nailers on the market were getting frustrated with their nailers. They weren't performing like they wanted to. They were breaking down. The company started making their nailers cheaper. So UFFY had been supplying them fasteners for years, and they basically said, hey, can you help us out and make a nail gun, a fastener that won't fail? We use them 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, every day of the week. And they want to have a tool they could trust. So UFFY Tool came up with their line of fasteners. Well, I can tell you right away that this 23 gauge pin nailer is very heavy duty. I think we can all agree that there's three grades of tools. There's do-it-yourselfer tools, stuff that if you're not using very often and you just need it around the house, those tools work fine. Then you have like a professional contractor grade. It's a little higher end tools, contractors use them. And then you have an industrial tool where it gets used non-stop. When you're making something in the industrial side, time is money. So if you've got a tool that breaks down, you're losing money. So this tool is an industrial grade tool. Just recently, UFFY decided, hey, why not take this to the public and see if this is something that they're interested in. And if you're like me, you want to buy a tool, you want it to last. You don't want to have to replace it in a couple of years. You want to be able to rely on it. That's just the way that I like to do with tools. And this is one solid pin nailer. It's all steel construction. It's got a steel cylinder in here. Honestly, the only plastic on this is right here. There's a little sight glass, and right here there's another little sight glass that shows you how many nails you have left. Let's bring the camera in. We'll take a closer look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now that we're taking a close-up look at the 23 gauge pin nailer by UFFY, you'll find that the only two places that there's plastic on this unit are the two observation windows on the housing that holds the nails, and everything else about it is metal. You've got metal on the inside here. The whole track here is usually plastic on other ones. It's metal here. The whole body is metal. You got a steel cylinder in there. The trigger steel. You got a rubber grip on here, and the only other plastic is your exhaust air directional flow, whatever you want to call it. That's plastic, but that's standard on everything. Even though this unit is all steel, it is not heavy. They've made it so that it's easy to handle. I mean, people are going to be using this all day long on the line, so it's very comfortable to use, nice and light. The safety mechanism on this is typical on most like brad nail guns and whatnot. Before you can fire, you have to depress the tip. And it also has a dry fire feature, which is nice. If you run out of nails, it will not allow you to fire the gun, and therefore causing damage. It's an oil. You have to add a few drops of oil before you run it. And, well, I guess I lied a little bit. They have a nice little storage back here for these plastic tips that go on the front of the gun so you don't mar your work surface. So I guess that's plastic too, but technically that's not on. That's storage on board here, so you don't lose your tips. That's kind of neat. Now that we've taken a closer look at the 23 gauge pinner by UFFY Tools, let me point out just a few more things. This unit will accept up to 9 different length nails, up to 2 inches long, which is a huge range. If you end up getting one of these, it does not come with a carrying case or box. Some people that's a big deal with. Other people, you can find a way to store one of these. What they send it with is a cardboard box that basically has the unit, your manual operating guide, which is useful. I mean, it's got some good information in there. Some oil to start off with, your lubrication, some Allen wrenches. It's got a part list on the back in case you ever need it. This is an industrial grade tool, so if you want to buy a tool once and not have to do it again, this is just spectacular. Now, if you are looking for one of these, what you need to do is contact UFFY, and they will get you to a qualified dealer, somebody who knows their product. So take a look at the link I'm going to post on here, and if you're interested, look them up. So for the 23 gauge pinner for UFFY, I'm John. Talk to you later. Bye.